What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Cut the Crap. I'm your host, Christian, here with my main man, Rex and Steven. How's it going today, Steven?
Wonderful. Another day in hot ass
I
Florida.
see you got your Brazil shirt on. You feeling good today?
Copa America. Copa
Oh,
America. We didn't get the result I wanted last night, but I don't yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
yeah, it's all right. I'm trying to go to Brazil though, for real though. That's one trip that we need to have a guys trip out to Brazil.
Can I tell you my rebuttal to that?
What?
You have this thing, that thing it's her birthday today. You have a wife. She's not gonna let you do that, Christian, but you keep dreaming. That's fine.
Again, when are we going to Brazil? We'll talk on that.
Right.
We gotta talk about that.
We're going on a Catholic mission to Christ the Redeemer. So, that's what it is.
Oh my gosh, she don't listen to this podcast. She won't like.
Oh my gosh,
that way she can't hate you any more than she does already. So
deep layered. Oh my god, it's one. If you know, you know. Shout out.
You
know.
Rex, how you doing today, bro?
Yo, I'm great. So as everybody's slowly finding out that your boy's becoming a car guy, I just put some Yonica coilovers on my car this Sunday because I needed new shocks for the TL. And boy, oh boy, does she sit pretty. And I still have her on winters. I need to get some low pros. I'm looking for some TE reps, matte bronze, and that shit's gonna look crazy. I already have a dude that can sell me an OEM spoiler for about $100. That shit's gonna look spanking.
Oh, I bet. I'm telling you, he sent me a snap of it, and it was really low.
Like when it first went on,
no, rubbing the ground low, like
dumped.
But it looks nice, bro.
And that's how it came preloaded, which is hilarious. Well, it's just already wound up. So just to show you how far.
You gotta send me how it looks now. You didn't send me the after you.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it because I gotta go to my grandma's and get her some water and stuff like that after this. So I'll send y'all a pic.
All right, bet. I appreciate that. That.
Of course.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna jump in today's episode. Today's episode actually caught me by surprise. I was at getting my feet done, was chilling, relaxing, reading through Apple News, and one of the articles that popped up today, which was just like mind blowing, was AI are gonna start replacing teachers. And we've talked about this. We've covered AI in so many different fashions and all that, and it's going to keep going because of how fast AI is changing, how rapidly it's changing, how fast as humans we are adapting it. Apple just released WWDC not too long ago, and they're adapting AI into their system, and it's going to make Siri way better, and Chat GPT is going to be like now inside of Siri, and you could use that for like further information, and they're pretty much letting it loose to the internet now. It's going to get really crazy really quick. But one of the things that happened was, the state of Colorado is going to be the first state in about, they're predicting 2025 to 2026 to start introducing AI teachers in elementary school. And this is going to be in kindergarten and first grade to replace teachers. Now they're going to do it in small bulks and this and that. Pretty much every student will get a computer and a tablet. And it's going to have preloaded events for them to do, stuff like that. So I just want to kind of talk about it. I was reading some of the pros on it, some of the cons, and it just want to see what you guys think on it. So here's some key points that they hit on the article. Personalization. Technology can provide personalized learning experience by adapting to the pace and style of the individual student. So while it's pretty much going to start with an assessment test. You do your assessment, you punch in your numbers, see how you are. The AI is going to grade you and then build a curriculum according to you, which sounds amazing. It's that each student is now going to be, brought to their own curriculum, their own learning style. You're not trying to rush one student more than the others. And, you're helping the students that are a little more advanced and not having them being bored. The next thing they put was access to information, as the internet and the digital resources offer vast amount of information and educational materials. It makes it easier for students to access knowledge on various subjects. So again, this would be based off the assessment they take, how much knowledge they have in each subject. They're gonna give them various different subjects. They're gonna learn a lot more now, pretty much in pre-K and first grade, than what they were learning about, drawing letters. And I don't even remember what you do in pre-K, learning 1+1 and crap like that. Um, they talk about the engagement, that they're gonna have an interactive tool, virtual reality, and gamification games that can make learning more engaging and enjoyable, potentially increasing students' motivation and participation. And then they talked about efficiency. Technology can streamline administrative tasks such as grading, attendance, um, you know, allow the teacher that, because there'll still be like somebody in the room, because there's got to be somebody in the room to say, hey, here you go, here's your stuff, and going. But it'll allow them to focus on more interaction with the students, and helping them side by side as they get this going. Now, I don't. It doesn't talk about if that person has to be a teacher per se. I guess that's going to be in the room. That's going to be the main question. What will happen now? Is that going to be a teacher in that room or not? So that's the positive. Let's start off with that first. What do you guys think about the pros that the university, or not University of Colorado, but the Colorado schooling system has talked about in these points? We'll start with you first, Stephen.
That won't fly in the good old US of A. Because who is going to run the database on that artificial intelligence? No, on
As
some
far as
serious
like
shit.
what they're
Like, there's got
learning.
to be some. Yeah, bro. Like,
Okay, so it
what?
does talk about
I
that.
don't know, man.
The curriculum is going to be determined by the Board of Education in the state of Colorado. So they're going to have the curriculum built in of what they want them learning, and then the AI will take over off of the assessment to help them get to where they need to be at.
Gotta, you gotta face palm to that whole shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Because the trending direction of our wonderful United States of America, that it is becoming more conservative as day to day goes, and the Supreme Court is going right along with it. When those court cases reach up there,
Hmm.
good lord, that's fucking stupid.
Okay.
Just saying that shit isn't. I don't think I like. Hey Siri, that person, the child in front of him, how is the AI gonna react? Like, oh, I don't identify as that anymore. Like, bro, it's crazy times.
I kind of see your point. And look, Siri's trying to talk to you back. What do you think about
Look,
this, Rex?
Nah, no,
About the
that's what.
pros?
this guy's serious trying to chat back to him, trying to make an argument. But I think it's interesting. I think obviously just from what's been given, there's obviously a lot of more answers. I mean, questions than there are answers. I think from what I understand, where their head is at is that they're trying to make a more stimuli, um, beginnings, because you have people that go to preschool and some people who don't before kindergarten, and all preschool is just like an early, like a quote unquote early education, because a lot of kids that are coming in to kindergarten really start picking up education from then. Some parents uh don't, I wouldn't say not necessarily like take the time to, but I guess in the younger stages that they understand what school is for. So some of them wait until school is for learning and they let that happen versus, doing it at home, because you do have, you hear stories, right? Like especially, if you guys talk to your parents about how you were like in kindergarten, and they could tell you about their class, and you got kids that can't tie their shoe or can't put their gloves on, and do all these like little things that like at a schooling level that they understand that there should be able to to kind of be self-sufficient in certain things, right? So where I see that is, again, they're trying to help with more of a stimuli access to that, where,
Mhm.
they cut the fat on the teacher having to engage with that amongst learning, and they still have like a teacher present will then present, instead of like along with the desk, and instead of doing their ABCs and all that kind of stuff, I guess it'll be all focused on as you said, the PC and the tablet, which then they would learn, and then they can grade and base, and then start having, I guess, more of a paperwork or a paper trail of how you are doing through school, and again, being able to start you off at a higher streamline level by, as you said, taking an assessment, and then taking the necessary steps to that they feel, to get you to whatever the quote unquote education standard is.
Definitely, definitely. I think this is a great idea. You guys all know I'm a big fan of technology. I agree with you, Rex. There is a lot of questions I have. Then there are answers at this moment. So there is still a lot to learn and unpack from this. The reason why I'm a big fan of this, back in Virginia, they kind of do something similar, but not really. In Virginia, before we moved down, every kid got a laptop, and they did all their testing on laptops, all their homework on laptop, writing. Like, they, it's kind of good and a bad thing, because my kids, when we moved down to Florida, struggled to write again because they haven't written in so long. They were used to typing
Bro,
words and
yeah.
all that stuff, so they could write. It was just really sloppy. Yes, Stephen, go ahead.
Real quick, but you have to realize the school system you came from. Remember how much federal funding the school system of Hampton Roads receives because of its military population.
Exactly.
Which my kids went through that shit when they came down to Florida too. I was like, fuck, the schools here suck. When my kid
Yeah.
came with an iPad that Virginia Beach actually gave to him, like it was his,
Mhm.
because of his autism. Bro, they were looking at that program like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
he
Yeah, when
had
we
to go
talked
through
to our
like a
teachers
whole
here
like,
about it, they were just like, "What? I've never heard." I'm like, "Yeah, they did their homework on their computer, assignments. They had a virtual library, and they check out books, and they had a program where like they read out loud in the book, and the computer is hearing them read, and it grades their reading and stuff." Like, Virginia's a lot advanced.
R-
Yeah, so it's
See,
really advanced. So,
that's crazy,
and that's
because
why.
over here
Oh, go ahead.
we don't.
but you
I'm
know
sorry,
what?
I have to interject, but I don't even think we had that. I don't even think we still have it now up in Canada. And if I don't want to group us all together, but I'm pretty sure I would have heard something. Especially, I know certain people in the education system, so like that sounds like some college shit, or to me like some rich high school,
Yeah, well,
going
Yeah,
on.
it's
Yeah,
like
but
yeah,
Stephen
yeah.
says though,
that's
because Virginia
normal.
Beach is
Mhm.
it's the largest
Normal, bro.
military base on the East Coast. All right, this is the largest on the whole East Coast. Nothing is bigger
Mhm.
than the Hampton Roads military base. So that's why they got a lot
Bro,
of federal funding.
but guess
Oh,
what though,
okay.
Christian? They can indoctrinate your children and they talk about sexuality. So that ain't worth shit. So we're
Yeah,
gonna move to Florida where we won't
exactly,
do that. Give them
exactly.
further educational opportunities, you know?
Exactly. But so that was my thing. I,
Freedom.
I liked it because I missed that when I came here. My kids didn't have that. And they, again, learning how to write and learning different things, having books and all that stuff. So I do like that part of the technology. I feel like technology should be in school. I know Apple's big into donating MacBooks and all that to certain colleges. Like last year, they donated to the University of Ohio for all their freshmen brand new MacBook Airs. Every freshman got a MacBook Air for free, courtesy of Apple. So that was really
Bro,
cool.
but they be given to like the schools where like students like their parents got a little bit better than most. Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
go
no,
to
definitely
community
agree.
college, bro.
Definitely agree. They give to higher end. They don't give to the low end colleges or the black college school,
Yeah,
black
bro.
colleges
Pull
like
up
I feel like they should and all that. Especially as they preach more, more what's the word I'm looking for?
diversity, inclusion.
Yeah, there we go.
Uh,
Those are great
I
words
don't
right
want to
there. So
speak. I don't want to speak on the Apple boardroom, but I feel like there's a conversation in San Francisco that went niggas will buy it anyways. But go on,
that is true.
go
That is
go
true.
go
Now,
go right on ahead.
Now, then they go into the negative of it. Of course, they said, however, teachers provide more than knowledge and more than just knowledge delivery. All right, you got the human communication. Teachers offer emotional support, mentorship, social interaction which are crucial for students' overall development and well-being, building relationships and understanding individual students' needs and aspects that technology struggles to replicate. That is a big thing. That is true, and that's why they said they're going to have. They didn't say if it was a teacher. They did. They said it was a teacher. They're gonna have a teacher still in the room to hand out the assignments and everything to have the kids start, make sure they're doing it and stuff. But I don't know how much that really is still gonna work. They talk about critical thinking and problem solving. Teachers help students develop critical thinking and problem solving and creative skills through discussions, debates, and hands-on activities. With that technology, that's all going to be away. They're going to be seeing a virtual, AI talking about it. Like those boring training videos we have to watch, and we listen to that AI voice just speak out all this stuff, and you're just like, okay, whatever. They talk about adaptability. Teachers can adapt to their students' methods in real time based on students' responses and classroom dynamics. They can provide immediate classification, encouragement, and just pretty much help the student get where they need to be. I know that, for instance, my son CJ sometimes has a rough morning. He gets off to a bad morning, so his days start different. He needs a little bit more encouragement to get him going, get his brain going. Sometimes he has a great day and he's fine. But that's that'll be a big thing when you go to school and go AI. Person like CJ where he's just like, oh fuck today, I'm not ready to do nothing. The AI is not going to care. They can be like, hey, get your work done, get this done. Let's see where you're at. And then the last but not least they talked about was ethics and values, that teachers play a significant role in imparting ethical values, social skills, cultural understanding, which are essentials for students to become responsible, empathetic, and a member of society, as well as knowing your pronouns, he, she's, all that stuff, which we know Steven loves. Steven loves that part. So those are the negatives. I'll start off first on this one since I let you guys go first. The last one, I feel like those are great negatives. I don't disagree with any single one of those. Especially the adaptability one. Teachers are there. I know for me growing up in high school, I had a great teacher that she was kind of like a mentor to me. Her name was Miss Moore, and she was always there. I had her every year almost because she was in English and then math, and she taught almost every subject. But anyways, she knew how to adapt to me, like when I was having good days, bad days, days I didn't want to do schoolwork, all that stuff, and she made class fun. She made it like, oh, okay, you know what? I was actually excited to go to this class, or if I wasn't in her class, and I was in study block, I could go to her class and chill in the back as long as I wasn't disturbing anybody. That stuff. Even though study block, nobody really went to study block. We just had lunch twice. Ain't that right, Steven? We just ate lunch twice. That's all that meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, that's big thing. Critical thinking and problem solving, I agree as well with. That's another big thing of mine. Again, learning from experience, having somebody to help you think why you think the way you're thinking. Like, well, why are you thinking this way? Or asking those questions to make you think even further into it compared to AI, where it's just like, okay, you were wrong and this is the right answer. And then they don't explain to you why you were wrong, or they don't ask you, well, why did you think this was the right answer? You know what I mean? So that was my thoughts on that. Rex, what do you think?
Ooh, what do I think? I think with these cons, yeah, listen, we're tribal people. Forever will always be, as much as we love our fancy metal shiny products, we are people of stone, iron, and wood. And where I'm going with is that, like, we're like you people of language, right? We pass down education and learning and teachings, like that's just built into us. So trying to, like, in a sense, flip the education system on its head by essentially taking out what is, a very crucial part of it, which is teachers, is really asinine to me. So I really think that, they're gonna need to find like a very clean hybrid way of doing it, where, like, teachers still teaching, but instead of papers they use iPads and computers, but at the same time still, like, Um, we still need the basics of being able to, write on pen and paper, still practice our handwriting. Um, I would love if cursive came back, if that was a thing. I know cursive is a dying art, but that's just, as things went on, and to be truly honest, cursive was just a rich person thing, right? It was
Yeah.
just a way to segregate, another form of segregation, right? Of just seeing of people who are educated, and to blend your words in a certain way that was taught to a certain group, and so on and so forth, right?
Real quick,
But
before
yeah,
you move forward on that thought, I'm sorry to cut you off. Fun fact, in the state of Florida, learning how to write cursive is now an elective you could take in high school. Thought that was crazy. Thought that was wild.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, out
yeah.
here in Hillsborough
It's
County,
Bruh.
it is an
y-
elective.
y-
You could take the class as an extracurricular activity and learn how to write cursive and actually get credit for it. But go ahead, back to what you were saying.
How,
yeah.
how,
Yeah, and that's because people nowadays don't take education seriously, right? Because in Canada, right, like you could get pushed through school. You can get Fs and you will fail whatever, and they still push you through. It's up until you get to high school where then they ask you for your credits, and then you either don't pass, or you pass, or you go and you get, like, the equivalent GED, right? You go to an adult school and do all that kind of stuff, right? But the crucial years is really not high school. High school is really finalizing. Your crucial years is elementary school, right? And you can see countless videos of teachers not caring because they have tenure and they stop caring. And education is a very crucial part, right? Not only of teaching, but also learning. And they help people. Like, I tell people all the time, like, school just taught you how to tolerate those people you hate at work, right? Because I
Yeah.
remember they always told us, right, like, school teaches you how to work with people you ain't normally gonna work with. And guess what? You ain't normally working with these kind of people, right? Like, I got older Caucasian gentlemen that I have the lovely experience sharing my 8 hours with, and not all the time they know how to talk to people. But you have to do what you have to do. You got to remember your space, your setting, and so on and so forth. And if you learn that from school, right? And if you, again, take away that social aspect of not only, like, outside the classroom but inside the classroom, of that social aspect, it's really gonna falter. So I think, really, if they are going, like I said, to bring it all back, right, like, if they are gonna really enforce this, they really need to have a very proper blend. Hopefully, this is what they need, that takes the stress off of teachers that want to educate. You know what I mean? And I know it's hard to do it, but you got to vet and purge everybody that doesn't want to be in the education system that is there, and put people that there is. But that's obviously easier said than done.
Good answer. Good answer, Steven.
you hit everything I was going to talk about. Um, Socialize. I mean, that's important, and knowing how to interact, because not everybody's going to work a remote job. Not everybody's going to be, just them in a computer. Not dealing with customers. Like, customer service is something. Not customer service, but just interpersonal skills is something that is essential for people to succeed in life, and that, like, instruction time is very valuable for that, because it also shows you an insight onto other people's minds, and how somebody may learn the same thing you're learning, but in a different way.
Definitely. I definitely agree with you 100%. So, pretty much, we're going to just do a final wrap. I know I normally don't do this, but I want to do just overall thumbs up, thumbs down on this. I am thumbs middle on this right now. I still feel this has a long way to go. Um, Technology can enhance and support, the educational process. I firmly agree that I think technology should be involved in schools and learning, but I really feel the role of teachers still remain irreplaceable. Like, teachers bring that human factor to the education system that AI just can't bring. The future is most likely going to evolve. it always evolves. And I think more of a hybrid approach is probably the best way to go, and have that teacher there to help walk kids through these stages. I really do hope more states and more schools bring more funding, because I mean the computers are cheap, bro. They were using Chromebooks. They're like $210 each. They're not that much. They're not that expensive that the school can't raise enough money to do it, because they can raise money for other shit. But you telling me you can't raise money for that? Like, come on. Anyways, sorry, I'm venting, but I really feel this should be a hybrid method. So I'm curious to see how this goes. I will be following along. You know me, I'm big into technology and stuff like that, so I will follow this along and give you guys an update. But I'm thumbs middle on this one right now. Rex, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs middle. Where are you?
I guess I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna quarter because like you, I'm all for it. But we need more research. But in order to have more research, we need trial and error. So shout outs to Colorado for taking a big leap. They're the same ones I believe that, was the test state for legalizing marijuana. So,
Colorado's the
you
first in
know,
everything lately, bro.
yeah, so let them, no pun intended, but let them be the trailblazers, right? So, I obviously want this to work out and I hope so too. And hopefully, maybe there's a patent that can be followed, or excuse me, a pattern that can be followed up here, right? Like, just like you, I'm very big on technology, but we know the pros and cons of it. And, our generation is very like the bane, right? Like, we were born into this. So we have a different like sense of respect and adaptation versus then like others who, are merely like are like merged into it, right? And they're more easier to like throw off. So we have to do this the right way, to make sure that they come out like us and not a bad version of just like feeding somebody an iPad and then getting their education and then fucking off. So I'd say thumbs middle. They just gotta
A
do all
little
that
past
trial and
thumbs middle.
error.
You're more
Yeah,
thumbs up and
yeah.
a quarter.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
thumbs quarter, thumbs
Thumbs
quarter,
quarter.
yeah,
Okay.
thumbs three quarter.
All right, and last but not least, my man Steven, where we at here? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs middle.
Thumbs down, bro.
Thumbs
In the
down.
current, it just
I
has to
knew
do
it.
with
I know. Yeah.
nah, it just has to do with the current political climate of the country and the direction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think.
understand.
I don't think.
Mhm.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I
No,
can see
yeah,
I can see
I
that
get
part of
that.
it too.
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
that was one part I was shocked that wasn't in the cons of it when they were going through it. I was kind of shocked that they didn't talk about that, because you brought up a good point earlier. Who's making this thing, right? And I told you it's the Board of Education and all that, but like that can trigger the Board of Education. That could start triggering, and granted they already do it now, but like they're gonna, with Board of Education, they're gonna start narrowing down what they really want to learn. And you already know they're getting rid of certain books like The Diary of Anne Frank and all this stuff. Like they're trying to kill these books off and stop for people from learning about it. And I think with AI that would do it more. What were you gonna say?
Why they got rid of Anne Frank?
Oh man, that was a big thing. Hold on.
So are they just trying to switch up
Are
they just trying to switch up the curriculum? Because I do understand, like, like if I read Mice and Men growing up, so like if when I have kids like a couple years later and then they grow up to go to high school and I'm like what 60 and I find out that you're reading Mice and Men still when there's all these other books that came out, like like the only thing that I would argue that's different is it the historical reference or
so
relevance?
the reason why they're trying to ban it is because the Diary of Anne Frank is giving her point of view and not the full point of view of what really happened. So they're saying this is more the attempt of trying to make it seem a lot worse than what it really was, which I don't get that point of view. They're saying it was a ban. The ban has been placed in effect in Alabama and West Virginia as of right now. Virginia is next on the list, trying to get it banned, as well as the state of Florida, Texas, and Colorado. They're on the list to ban the Diary of Anne Frank.
The fact that Virginia is on that list is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Next, I mean, those are the same states that will also teach that Christopher Columbus just discovered America, and he never stepped foot in America. He stepped foot in Hispaniola in the Caribbean. Irrelevant. And but they'll leave out the part that he enslaved a lot of people did a lot of
Mm-hmm.
fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
And to give the full. I don't care. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, he
So
casually
let
got
me
lost.
Another
let
thing,
me
real
let me
quick too. I kept reading. Doing another example
yeah.
why they're trying to ban it. They're trying to say the authenticity of it. They during the examination of the her diary and everything like that. It looks like now with technology that it was written in a ballpoint pen that wasn't around during that time frame of World War II. They're saying so that was another thing. So they're throwing a couple different things out there. That why is it really authentic? Was it really her? So yeah,
Damn.
but it was
Damn.
everybody knows it was her because the I forgot the name of the couple that was housing them upstairs in their
Mm-hmm.
store. Like that, the
Yeah.
wife had did an interview about it. And she admitted all this was true and all that stuff. So we know it's true. So for them to try to say it's not authentic, that just blows my mind. But again, that's the reason why. To answer your question, Steven. So in general, we got a thumbs middle, thumbs and a quarter, thumbs down, guys. Let us know what you think. Like always, send us an email at cutthecrap with 2Ps1 at gmail.com. So that's CUTTHECRAPP1 at gmail.com. Send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Discord. You can find us there at Cut the Crap. Or if you have our personal numbers, by all means, feel free to reach out and tell us how much you love it, hate it, disagree, how much you hate Steven, how much you love Rex, how much you can't stand me, whatever it is. We'll love to hear from you guys. Like always, we'll see you on the next episode. You guys have a good one. Peace.